The barbarian lives to destroy. He's the anti-builder. He definitely stole the hammer.
Welcome back to Hammerless, a true crime podcast in a fantasy world. Last episode, we hammered into the builder's psyche. Now, thanks to our audience, our attention has turned to the barbarian, a character who lives by the sword and falls by the sword, and the arrow, and the bomb, what players call a meat shield, only to respawn and do it all again. He's the anti-builder, the destroyer of upgrades. Hollywood would call him a mirror character, the reverse reflection of the builder. While the builder lives to build, the barbarian lives to destroy. A pattern that started at an early age, way back at Dark Ages Academy. We spoke with a classmate.
Oh, I remember him. The barbarian. He was this cool kid. He had a horseshoe mustache at like 10 years old. He never wore a shirt. Somehow he pulled off sandals all year round. And the builder was a nerd. He stayed late at shop class. He reminded the teacher, assign the homework. He was a real brown-noser.
So while the builder may have built the arena, the barbarian was the star gladiator who brought the house down. That the builder then rebuilt. Was this all just a case of barbarian-builder bullying? Or a brutally baffling betrayal? Who better to help us answer that than the barbarian, who agreed to his first ever interview? Right after this. Do you suffer from sleepy mornings, typhus, or bubonic plague? I sure do. That is, until I started drinking Chagawino Elixir. Hand-harvested from a fantasy forest and shipped in a hot air balloon to your door, it'll change your life. Infused with 200 milligrams of caffeine, B12, and dragon's mane, it's the perfect mix of drinkable and, holy sweet baby dragons, I'm awake. And we're back. Okay, folks, buckle in and sheath your sword. This is the first ever sit-down interview with the barbarian. Welcome, barbarian. So tell us, why after so long have you decided to finally speak out? I see. So you came here to clear your name. Okay. Tell us, how do we know you didn't steal the builder's hammer? The builder's hammer. It's missing. Wait, you don't even know who the builder is? You grew up with him. He's the one rebuilding everything you destroy. You're telling me you're so singularly focused on clashing that you never stop to think about who builds everything? Wow. Okay then. I guess you're off the hook. Is there anything else you want to leave us with? Aha! Yes, that's a nice sword. Okay. Anyway, thank you, barbarian. Well, I have to say he's not the most civilized person I've ever interviewed. But he's certainly too focused on clashing and that sword to even think about pulling off a heist of this caliber. Now, here with an initial reaction to Barbarian's first interview, please welcome back Dr. Dobson.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Now, the Barbarian has a clear propensity toward clashing, and his obsession with his sword probably means he was exposed to a lot of fighting at an early age. His sword provides him a sense of security, kind of like a teddy bear. And this sword has been with him through all of the biggest moments of his life.
Interesting.
I would venture to bet that whoever stole this hammer has a fixation not with swords, but with hammers.
Hog Rider!
What about someone else who loves hammers? I bet Hog Rider was jealous of the Hammer Jam hammer and took it.
Tune in next time as we roast this Hog Rider and crack this whole case wide open. On Hammerless, a true crime podcast in a fantasy world.